grade 9 learners. So this week topic is about proportion. So the learning competency is that learner describe a proportion. So what is a ratio? A ratio is used to compare two or more quantities. Quantities involved in ratio are of the same kind, so that ratio does not make use of units. However, when quantities are of different kinds, the comparison of the quantities that consider the units is called rate. So it means when we say ratio, they are of the same units. But when we say rate, it could be different units. For example, when we say rate, we could have example is distance over time. So their units are different. So when we say distance, the unit used is kilometer, and then for the time we use seconds or hour. Okay, so they have different units. When we say proportion, is the equality between two or more ratio. So if the two or more ratio are equal, meaning they are proportion. Here are the fundamental principle of proportion. In any proportion, the product of the means is equal to the product of extremes. Each number in a proportion, so we have here A is to B equal to C is to D, is called a term. The second and the third terms are the means, and the first and the fourth terms are the extreme of the proportion. Thus, we have B and C are the means. Okay, so we have B and C are the means, and A and D are the extremes. Okay, so remember, okay, the inner term B and C are the means, and A and D are the extremes. So remember, in a proportion, the product of the means is equal to the product of the extreme. Now, any of the following methods may be used in checking the equality of ratios or rates in the cited proportion. So we have letter A, we have to simplifying ratios. Okay, B, simplifying cross-multiplied factors. Letter C, cross products. And letter D, product of means and extremes. So we will use these four methods in checking the equality of the ratio or rates, okay, cited in the proportions. Here are the examples of proportional quantities. So for example, we have feet is to inches. Okay, so for example, 3 feet is to 36 inches. Okay, it is proportion to 4 feet is to 48 inches. So remember, in one ruler or 1 foot, we have 12 inches. Okay, so they are proportional quantities. Another one, minutes is to meters. Now, so 3 minutes is to 60 meters, and 6 minutes is to 120 meters. Okay, so they are proportional quantities. Next, so meaning in 1 minute is to 20 meters. Now, okay, next. Kilograms of mango is to amount paid. So this is an example. For example, if you are buying a kilo of mango or any fruits, so 1 kilo is to 80 pesos. So equal to 3 kilos is to 240 pesos. So they are proportional quantities. Okay, so let's have some examples. So example 1a. Show the checking of the equality of ratios or rates. In the cited proportion, 3 feet is to 36 inches equal to 4 feet is to 48 inches in 4 different methods. So we will use the 4 methods to find out whether this proportion is equal. So let's have method number 1. So we will use simplifying ratios. So we have here the given 3 feet is to 36 inches equal to 4 feet is to 48 inches. Okay, so we will take out the unit. So we have 3 is to 36 equal to 4 is to 48. Now, so this ratio can be written in fraction form. So 3 is over 36 equal to 4 is over 48. So equal to, now, so we are going to simplify by getting the factors of the denominator, which is 36. The factors are 3 times 12, and the factors of 48 is 4 times 12. Now, so after taking the factors, we are going to simplify by reducing it to its lowest term. So meaning 3 divided by 3 is 1. So it will be 1 over 12. And then 4 divided by 4 is 1. So we have 1 over 12. So if we look at 1 over 12 is equal to 1 over 12. So they are equal. So we simplify the ratio. Next is method 2. We have simplifying cross-multiplied factors. Okay, now, so this is the given. Then, what we're going to do is that we are going to, write this into fraction form. Okay, 3 over 36 equal to 4 over 48. Now, then we are going to cross-multiply. So, 3 times 48 equal to 36 times 4. Okay, now, so if we will multiply this, okay, it will be 3 times 48 equals to 144. 36 times 4 is equals to 144. So they are equal. Next, method 3, cross product. So again, we have the same given. Okay, all we have to do is we will cross multiply. So 3 times 48 is 144 equal to 36 times 4 equals to 144. Okay, then we have method 4, product of means and extreme. So remember, okay, product of means is equal to product of extreme. So what are our means? So our means are 36 and 4, and our extreme is 3 and 48. Now, So we're going to multiply the means. So 36 times 4 and the extreme 3 times 48. So the answer is 144 equal to 144. So these are the four methods that can be used to check the equality of our proportion. Okay, so it means, okay, they arrive on the same answers. Okay, example 2a. Evaluate if the given equality of ratios or rates define a proportion using any of the methods. Okay, so among the four methods that was presented, okay, we will choose one among the methods. So we have three, okay, examples here that we're going to find out whether they are equal proportion or not. So let's have letter A. So for letter A, we will use simplifying ratios. Okay, so we have 100 kilometers is to 60 minutes equal to 25 kilometers is to 15 minutes. Okay, now, okay, we will write this given into fraction. So 100 over 60 equal to 25 over 15. Then when we simplify, we are going to find the factors. So 100, what are the factors of 100? 5 times 20. What are the factors of 60? 3 times 20. Okay, for 25, 5 times 5, 15, 5 times 3. Then we will simplify by taking out the same factors. So 20 divided by 20 is 1. So remaining will be 5/3. Here, 5 divided by 5 is 1. So 5/3. So 5/3 is equal to 5/3. So they are equal. Okay, so therefore, 100 kilometers is to 60 minutes equal to 25 kilometers is to 15 minutes is a proportion. Okay, now let's have example letter B. Okay, we will use the method number 3, which is cross products. Okay, so for the cross product, okay, so we are going to cross multiply. So 2 over 130 equal to 5 over 340. Now, so cross multiply 2 times 340 equal to 5 times 130. Now, then we're going to get the product. 2 times 340 is equals to 680. And then 5 times 130 is equals to 650. Then we notice that 680 is not equal to 650. So we can say that both quantities are not equal. Therefore, 2 is to 130 pesos equal to 5 is to 340 pesos is not a proportion. Okay, so this is how we are going to check. Then letter C. Using method 4. Okay, we will use the product of means and extremes. Okay, so we have the given 40 meters is to 5 centimeter equal to 100 meters is to 12 centimeter. Okay, so we will get the product of means and equal to product of extreme. Okay, so what are our means and extremes? Now, so our means is 5 times 100. Okay, and our extreme is equal to 40 times 12. Okay, so we will get the product 5 times 100 is 500. Then 40 times 12 is 480. Then we notice 500 is not equal to 480. So we can say that the two quantities are not equal, and therefore 40 meters is to 5 centimeter equal to 100 meter is to 12 centimeters is not a proportion. Okay, so this is how are we going to check whether the given quantities are proportion or not. Okay, so let's have another topic. Okay, so our next topic is fundamental theorems of proportionality to solve problems involving proportions. Now, so the learning competency is that the learner applies the fundamental theorems of proportionality to solve problems involving proportions. Okay, so let's find out what are the fundamental theorems of proportionality. Okay, so here are the fundamental rule of proportion. If W is to X equal to Y is to Z, then W over X equal to Y over Z, provided that X is not equal to 0 and Z is not equal to 0. So the denominators should not be equal to 0. Properties of proportion. So we have here several properties. So the first one is cross multiplication property. Now, so if W over X is equals to Y over Z, then W times Z is equal to X times Y, wherein X is not equal to 0 and Z is not equal to 0. So what we do is we cross multiply. So W times Z equals to X times Y. Okay. Next is alternation property. Okay. So what is alternation? If W is over X is equals to Y over Z, then W over Y is equals to X over Z, wherein X is not equal to 0, Y is not equal to 0, and Z is not equal to 0. So when we see alternation, okay, if we notice the denominator here, that is X, becomes the numerator of, okay, the next given, then the exchange, so alternation, so it will become W over Y. Okay, the numerator Y become denominator of W. Okay, so alternation. Okay, next is inverse property. So for inverse property, if W over X is equals to Y over Z, then okay, we get the inverse, so it become X over W. Okay, we get the reciprocal equals to Z over Y. Okay, so we get the inverse or the reciprocal, where W, X, Y, and Z should not be equal to 0. Okay, next is addition property. If W over X and Y equals to Y over Z, then W plus X all over X equal to Y plus Z all over Z, wherein X and Z are not equal to 0. Now, so if you notice the denominator X, we add it to the numerator. Okay, likewise, The denominator z, we add it also to the numerator. Okay, so this is addition property. Next is subtraction property. So for the subtraction property, okay, it is somehow same as addition, only that we subtract. Okay, the x is subtracted in the numerator and the z is subtracted also in the numerator. Okay, so this is subtraction property, for in x and z are not equal to 0. Okay, next is sum property of the original proportion. Okay, what is this about? If u over v is equals to w over x equals to y over z, then u over v equal to w over x and equal to y over z is equals to u plus w plus y all over v plus x plus z equal to k. Now, where k is a constant of proportionality and v, x, and z should not be equal, not equal to 0. Okay, so here, okay, we combine w plus w plus y. Okay, so this equation is equal to, okay, we sum up the numerator all over, okay, the denominator. Okay, we added and equate it to k. K is the constant of proportionality. So these are the properties of proportion. So we have cross multiplication, alternation, inverse, addition, subtraction, and sum property of the original proportion. So let's have here some examples. Rewrite w over x equal to 3 over 7 using different properties of proportion. So we will rewrite this. Okay, solution. Okay, using cross multiplication property. Okay, so we are going to cross multiply. So we have 7 times w equal to 3 times x. Okay, so this is how we use cross multiplication, cross multiply, wherein x is not equal to 0. Next, alternation property. So alternation, okay, so here, if w over x equals to 3 over 7, okay, so it becomes w over 3. Okay, this 3, x and 3 alternate, so it will be w over 3 and x over 7. Okay, that is alternation. And then inverse property. So inverse, we get the reciprocal. So if w over x equals to 3 over 7, then it becomes x over w equals to 7 over 3. Okay, this is inverse property. Addition property. Okay, addition property. Okay, we add the value of the denominator, okay, in the numerator. So it will become w plus x all over x equal to 3 plus 7 all over 7. So 3 plus 7 is 10. So x is not equal to 0. For subtraction property, okay, so we will subtract the numerator. So it will be w minus x all over x equals to 3 minus 7. So 3 minus 7 is negative 4 all over 7. Okay, the subtraction property. And then for the sum property of the original proportion, since we have only two given, okay, wherein if w over x equals to 3 over 7, then w over x equals to 3 over 7 equal to w plus 3 all over x plus 7 equals to k, where k is the constant of proportionality and x is not equal to 0. Okay, this is how we do the sum property of the original proportion. So let's have solving problems involving proportions. The properties of proportion can be applied in solving problems involving proportions. So we have here example 2b. If m is to n equal to 4 is to 3, find 3m minus 2n is to 3m plus n. Okay, so this is what we are going to find given this. Now, so if we look at, it seems that, oh, how I'm going to solve for this. So let's find out, okay, the solution. Now, so first, okay, given this, okay, we are going to write this into fraction. So m is to n. Okay, so it will be m over n equals to 4/3. Okay, 4 over 3 came from this ratio. 4 is to 3. Now, cross multiply. Okay, so this given, we are going to cross multiply. So it will be 3 times m equals to 3m, then 4 times n equals to 4n. Now, so to find, okay, simplify, we will get the value of m, divide both sides by 3. So 3 divided by 3 is m, so equal to 4n over 3. Okay, now, so we will use this later in our equation. Now, so, okay, we are going now to find the value of this. Now, 3m minus 2n all over 3m plus n. Okay, if we noticed, okay, the variable here are m and n. So to simplify, okay, we will make it as one variable by substitution. So we are going to substitute the value of m. Okay, what is the value of m? Equal to 4n over 3. Now, so we will substitute the value of m here. So equals to 3 times 4n over 3 minus 2n all over 3 times 4n over 3 times, okay, close quantity plus n. Okay, then we are going to simplify. To simplify, okay, we are going to multiply. 3 times 4 is 12n all over 3. But if we notice, okay, the numerator, okay, the 3 could be simplified to the denominator, which is also 3. So 3 divided by 3 is 1. So remaining 4n. Okay, the same as 3 divided by 3 is 1. So remaining is 4n. Okay, so this is now the simplified form. Okay, so it will be 4n minus 2n all over 4n plus n. Okay, then combine like terms. 4n minus 2n equals to 2n all over 4n plus n equals to 5n. Now, and then here, okay, remember the variable, they are the same. So we can simplify n divided by n is 1. So remaining number is 2/5. So therefore, the value of 3m minus 2n all over 3m plus n is equals to 2/5. Okay, that is the final answer. Okay, so this is now your answer. Let's have example 3b. If q over 2 is equals to r over 3 equal to s over 4 equals to 5q minus 6r minus 7s all over x, find x. Okay, so if we look at the problem, it seems it is a bit complicated. So let's find out how to solve this problem. Solution. So let q over 2 equals to r over 3 equals to s over 4 equal to 5q minus 6r minus 7s all over x equal to k. Okay, so we are going to cross multiply. Okay, remember k is the constant of proportionality. So when we cross multiply, okay, so we have here q. Okay, q, cross multiply the 2 times k. So q equals to 2k. Then r equal to 3 times k. So equals to 3k. Then s equal to 4 times k. So all the denominator, we cross multiply it to k. Now, and 5q minus 6r minus 7s equals to k times x. So we cross multiply also the x. So equals to k times x. Then, so from this equation, okay, we will substitute the value of q, r, and s. Okay, from this given. So what is the value of q? Q is equals to 2 times k, 2k. Then the value of r is 3k and the value of s is 4k. So we have 5 times 2k minus 6 times 3k minus 7 times 4k is equals to kx. Then simplify. 5 times 2 is 10 minus 6 times 3 is minus 18. 7 times 4 is minus 28 equals to kx. Then we are going to simplify this by combining. So 10 minus 18 minus 28 equals to negative 36. K equals to kx. So divide both sides of the equation by k. So the value of x is negative 36. Okay, that is now the value of the unknown variable. So example 4b. One piece of santol costs 3 pesos. How many pieces of santol can you buy for 132 pesos? Okay, so using ratio and proportion, okay, let n the number of santol. Then 1 is to 3 equals to n is to 132. So it means 1 santol costs 3 pesos. So how many santol will you buy if you have 132 pesos? Okay, then we are going to cross multiply. So 3 times n equals to 3n equals to 1 times 132. So 3n equals to 132. So 3n equals to 132. So divide both sides of the equation by 3. N equals to 44. So you can buy 44 pieces of santol for 132 pesos. So I hope that you learned something from this video. Okay, so thank you for watching. Bye bye.